Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today I'm going to be doing 2 looks with the Subculture palette, and by the end of this I want to have used all of the shades in here so I can kind of talk about what I am thinking about the palette so far. So here's what the Subculture palette looks like. I do already have up an initial look, first impressions, what's the other word I'm looking for? Swatches here on my channel. So I'll link that right up here for you. This is going to be one of the looks today, so you'll see how I created this. Before we get started into this, my Thankful For You giveaway is going on right now, so I will link right up here the video where you can see everything that's in it, and then down below the link to get entered in it. So after you check these looks out, I would love for you to enter into that. So this was going to be a 3 looks, 1 palette, but I decided, because I've had this one since like April maybe. This is the Makeup Revolution Iconic Division, Reloaded Iconic Division, and I thought instead of doing 3 looks with this one, I'm going to do a separate video where I compare these two. So I'll do swatches against each other, and we'll do a look on each eye comparing these 2 palettes. So this video is just going to be 2 looks, and then there'll be another one coming up comparing those 2 palettes, because I think this one, I think it's $7.99, but I always get mine with a coupon at Ulta, so it's like $5 when I pick it up. I've really been enjoying this, so I'm excited for you guys to see the 2 looks that I did, and then at the end I'll give you a little more information about what I think about this palette so far. So let's go ahead and jump into look number 1. To start this first look off, I am going to start with Roxy right here in the transition area. I've got my Wet n Wild P20. It's just a fluffy blending brush. I think today I might do a bit more of a neutral-ish look. And I'm just going to go with patting and then blending like I did in the initial impressions first look video. I mean, I'm still not getting it. Okay, so this is shade number 6 that I've used from this palette. Not getting the, if you watch the first video, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not getting the whole, this palette is stinky. Okay, so last night I was doing kids' baths, so I popped my hair up in a bun, right? It was the cutest messy bun ever. My husband was like, oh, I like your hair like that, right? So I tried 3 times today to do it. That is not it. That is not it. It's like when you want your hair to be cute, you cannot get it to be cute, but when you're just putting it up to do dishes or a kid's bath, you get cute hair. But we're keeping it like this today. Alright, then I'm going to go in, so that, oh, I said that was Roxy. I think I'm going to go in with New Wave, which is this color right here. And I'm taking this on a Morphe 433, so it's a fluffy but pinched blending brush. And I'm just going to pat this right in here as well. So that was like that mustardy brown color. Mustardy brownish orangish color. So my goal for this look is to use Adorned, which is this one right here. So I'm creating a look to use with that, although I think I'll do a burgundy eventually, a burgundy-ish look to use with that. We'll see. I do have my eyes primed as well. I think I used like a Mica Beauty pot primer thing. Trying to get rid of it. Alright, I'm going to go in with this one. This is Vintage Beauty, Vintage Company, Step 2 for the shadow. So I got this from a BoxyCharm. I think I'm going to take Fudge to deepen up the outer V here. Ooh, whoopsie. This was not the best brush to use for that, huh? I mean, I don't see anything that lacks pigment right here. Yes, there is a lot of kick up. When am I ever going to get through this whole palette though? This is probably going to be the simpler look that I do with this palette, and then the next two will be more fun. I just want to make sure that I use all the shades throughout these 3 looks so that I've got, you know, I can tell you about all the shades. Not just the ones that I would wear typically, which would not be this brown one, but this is actually the second time I've used this brown one, and we're going good here. Alright, I'm just going to take the brush, the Morphe brush, with New Wave, that mustardy one, and just pop that back on there where I messed up. Just blend that out a bit. I'm also using my least favorite brushes today, which is why this is going to be the more neutral look. Here's a story. So I was running super late to church on Sunday. What day am I filming this on? A Tuesday. So I grabbed all my brushes and my Modern Renaissance palette. That is the palette when I'm in a super big hurry, but I still want to have a nice look that I take with me. So I grabbed that stuff, threw it in the car, so I could, you know, just kind of throw something on my way to church. My brushes are lost somewhere in my car now. And I pulled all my favorite ones to take with me because they're, you know, the ones I use all the time and know how to use. So I'm using my not as favorite ones. That's why we're doing something a little simpler today. Alright, I'm going to take Untamed, which is this green one right here, and I'm going to pop that. I just have the Morphe 421. It's a shadow brush. And I'm just going to kind of pull it in from this brown here. Okay. See, I need my brushes. I'm going to swap this out for this Balm fluffy but denser, shorter brush to blend this. So I'm just going to blend that shade into the brown. It's not blending super nicely, but I also, let's see if I just apply it with this brush, if we get a little better blend. I mean, definitely the pigment's there. But also, we obviously want the blendability too. I'm going to flip it around to the fluffy side of this brush. This is one of those. The Balm makes like 3 of these brushes that are 2-sided. And this one is probably one of my favorites of the 3. Okay, now we're trying to salvage. Salvage mode! But we will, don't worry. Don't worry. Always salvage it. This one's taken a lot of blending, but I'm not super mad about it. Although I do kind of wish, so in the pan it looks a little bit greener than it's blending on the eye. If you can see that. It's blending like a little bit deeper. Definitely gonna go back in with some of that fudge and blend that with the green. You're probably like, why can't you find your brushes in your car? Well, if you have any number of kids, I'm sure you know what the front seat of a car looks like. And that's why I can't find it. I think I'm happy with this right now, and then we'll see after we put the gold on how it looks. I've also lost my color switch pan, which is a lifeline. I probably could now create a video with like my must-haves for doing an eye look now that I am without them and dying. So I'm just going to pick up Adorn, which is this gold one right here. And I have been using these without spraying them, or, well, I guess the first look I did put down concealer so that, because I was placing it on a really dark color. but we're just going to use it because from what I've seen, packing them on by themselves is how they apply the best. I mean, that's pretty good, guys. You know, I really need to go back to my Prism palette and start using that again with like these other techniques that I'm using with the Subculture palette. Okay, I'm going to go back in with Untamed, which is this green one right here on my finger, and just blend those where they meet there. Okay, I mean, I think that looks really good, and I think it was pretty simple. I am going to take, what do I want on my lower lash line? For sure, New Wave right here, this mustardy color. So that's going to go in all along the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go back in with Roxy, this color right here, and just a little bit on a smaller blending brush just to kind of blend right here in the transition area. Just kind of blend it around the corner there too. I think I want to go in, I'm going to go in with, I'm actually going to take this brush that came with it, and I'm going to go in with the smaller smudger brush. I don't know if that's what it's called. Go back in with Roxy and see if I can get a little bit more pigment on that lower lash line with Roxy. Oh yes. So I'm just smudging that all the way from corner to corner. And then I'm gonna take that pencil brush. Maybe. Alright, I've got a small smudger brush, and I'm going to take Untamed, which is that green one. And I'm just going to pull that along, oh, about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way along the lower lash line, just to create a little depth there and mimic the depth of the outer V. I mean, is TJ Maxx selling the good ones? I don't know. Alright. So, what do I want to do? I think I might pop this one. This is Electric. I think I might put Electric in the inner corner. So, what brush do we want to use? I mean, and I'm not using special brushes. Like, I got some cheap brushes, okay? I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush on that smaller side and just pack some of Electric. I think I need to go back and watch what people hated about it. Was it just that there's kick up? Is that the only thing? I thought that it was like, they didn't work well. Ooh. I think that's it for today. I'm going to do some liner and mascara and be back with the final look. Alright guys, this is the finished look. Ooh, we need some lip something on, don't we? Let me find something. I decided to go kind of berry-ish, so this is the ColourPop Luxe lipstick in Still Crazy. It's kind of a berry pink color. Guys, I like it. So I put on the Essence Lash Princess and the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, and then the IT Cosmetics Superhero Liner. I do just want to take a bit of Dawn right here, which is this lighter color. And I'm just going to kind of blend this edge out. I felt like it was a little bit harsh. I don't have anything bad to say yet about these shadows. And honestly, I don't feel like I have that crazy kick up that people talk about. So I don't know if it's the brushes that I'm using, if it is that I've watched other people use them and now I kind of know the best way to use them. But I'm going to keep trying out these shadows. We will have used all of them by the time this video is over. So let's see, I've used these two, these two, these two, these two, this one, and this one. And this one. Oh my gosh, so I only have to use All Star and Edge. Wait, I've used almost all of them already? That's crazy. That is crazy. But I definitely want electric all over the lid at some point. Maybe this and the burgundy together for the next look. Alright guys, this is look number 1. I feel like I'm getting too much into the review right now. Let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. So for look number 2, I definitely want to pull this blue in and probably electric and Roxy. So I'm going to start with just having in mind that I'm going to use those and then see where I go from here. Maybe Edge too. I'm going to go ahead and start with Roxy as my transition shade. So I just have got, ooh, hair. I've got a Morphe 441 brush, and I'm going to take Roxy, that peach shade, and just blend that out in the transition area. This is a great transition shade. I think there's a couple of really good transition shades in this palette. You've got Edge, the yellowy one, Destiny, the army green one, and then this Roxy. And I just love this color in general. It's a really pretty melon coral color. And I'm not having any issues blending it out. Or with pigment. I was watching another video and now I can't remember what it was, but someone else was talking about the Subculture palette. And I commented on it that I recently got it and I'm loving it. And then someone else commented that they had gotten it from TJ Maxx, or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe they commented first that they had picked it up from TJ Maxx and were excited about it. And I said I had got mine from TJ Maxx also. We both are really enjoying ours. So we're like, maybe TJ Maxx got the good ones this time. I don't know, but I mean, so far I am having zero issues and are really enjoying this palette. So I'm going to take Axis, which is this navy blue color, and then Edge is going to go over most of the lid, and then we're going to put Electric on top of Edge, and hopefully that, I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work. I was thinking that maybe, will I need some glitter glue, but I think that these perform well with building, with just building, so I can just build that electric on top. This might not be a very good brush for this. This is a very scratchy natural hairbrush. I'm going to have to pull in. So I'm going to bring in my Wet n Wild P15 for my crease. So Axis is going to go crease and outer V. I think I'm going to bring it up a little bit too. Kind of create a bit of a different shape than usual. So with these I have been patting and then blending. So pulling the color in and then blending it out. And then I'm going to take my brush that I had Roxy on and just blend right here in the crease area. Okay, now I'm going to take Edge, which is this mustardy colored here, and I'm just going to lay that all over the lid, except now I'm thinking, do I need to do a cut crease? You know what, that looks okay so far. I was thinking that color may be too dark under it, but it looks alright. It looks okay. So what I'm going to do now is I do want to pull this shade up a bit, the Edge, and bring it into the corner, because remember I'm going to put Electric on over it. So this is just kind of helping to create that more unique eyeshadow shape look, because I just don't want a regular shape look with this. So this one's kind of going to go up and down, and then we have the blue coming up and in. Now we're going to see how electric performs on top of that. Like I said, I've seen and used the shimmery shades just by patting them and not by using a fixing spray or any kind of sticky base. So we're going to see how that works for right now, and hopefully it will work great. Ooh, definitely I'm going to need a fixing spray with this. And hopefully, oh yeah, for sure. Look at that. That is so much better. Such a pretty color too. So when I was just using it on its own, I was really only getting the glittery specks from it and not that base shadow. But with the fixing spray, I'm getting the whole eyeshadow look that electric is, not just the glitters. And then I think to blend these two together, I am going to take the mustard shade Edge to blend that blue, the blue and green together. So I'm just going to take it on my finger. I hope this works. And just kind of pat those together where they meet. It's kind of an awkward spot. I think I might have to pull a brush in to do this. Oh, that looks pretty nice. I think I'm going to bring a little bit more blue into here as well. Let me go ahead and put electric on the other eye. This is actually a really pretty fall look too. So I could just keep this matte one. I would blend these together a little more here and then pop electric in just the inner corner, and that would be a pretty eye look as well. But I do want to use this electric shade. Because overall, I'm really trying to get a good handle on a review for this palette. Okay, so I'm really liking this. I brought a little bit more of Edge back in on my finger where those blended together, and I like how it brought that color back to the eye look. I am going to go ahead and pop a little bit more blue on, but I'm going to take a smaller brush. So I've got my Morphe 507 here, and this is just a really small fluffy blending brush, and I just want to bring a bit of blue back to the look. I really like this blue color. I think I could just go on for days with this palette. It is so versatile and there are so many looks that you could create with it. Bring back to that first look where I put Cube here. What did I put it on top of? Either All-Star or Rowdy, and it was like the most beautiful color created, and I really want to create some more looks with Cube on top of other colors. I think especially on top of this blue color. So I'm kind of just getting rid of the blue left on my brush, and then I'm going to take it in and do some blending here. So I didn't want any more blue on the brush to do that blending. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of Roxy on this brush. Just blend right here. Okay, so I have to say, like, I'm not doing anything special to use these shades and get the pigment. Nothing special here. The only thing, well, actually no, because electric, I didn't use a sticky base, definitely a fixing spray, but that's not out of the ordinary for me to do with shadows. I'm going to take Edge back and just pop a little here where these meet. I just think it's so interesting, like all of the crazy controversy that went around this palette, and I'm like, did they reformulate? I have to wonder that. Okay, for my lower lash line, I'm gonna take, I mean, that is beautiful, and that did not take me an excessive amount of time. But you know what I am really excited to get back into is the Prism palette, because that one, I did have a hard time with at first. So I've got to get back into that palette and see what I can make out of that. I'm gonna take Edge on my lower lash line. I'm going to take Axis, the blue one, and pop that, just pulling this around the edge to bring this look together. I do want to use a tight line today. I've just got my black Zero Glide-On pencil from Urban Decay. Alright, let's see what kind of fallout we have. Not really much fallout at all. Okay guys, I'm going to do liner and mascara. Get a waterline liner, and then I'm going to be back to show you that look, and then I want to put some lashes on with this look as well. And then we'll see how it all looks together. Back, it's so cold outside. Do get my lippy gloss, lippy matte lip, ultra satin lip. Okay, so I also got with that my ColourPop gel liners. Were they already in a haul? They were already in a haul. I need to check when this video is going up. Alright, so I got, this one's Honeydew, and this one is gonna go so good with this color. With this, this might be one that needs to go in twice. Wait, Honeydew. That's interesting. It's not giving me like a good amount of color. Is this supposed to be the new formula? But it's cracking off like the old formula. There have been so many times where I've used my ColourPop gel liners. I have like the Prance and Teaspoon, the blue and green one. And they just like crumble off. But I used one of the newer formulas yesterday, and it was so good and so pigmented. We're sticking with that for today. All right, and then I got this new, this is the ColourPop Bretman Rock combo, whatever. So I thought since I've got kind of a peachy blue eye look, this would be perfect because this is a peachy color. What is it in? Chic Cute. So this is my first ultra satin lip from ColourPop, and it's almost between like a whipped, it's like a whipped formula. It's between a matte and a gloss kind of, but it's like a whipped formula. You can kind of see it there. So pretty though. It looks so good with this eye look. All right, let me go ahead and pop some lashes on, and I'll be back with the final look. I am back with the final look. So I have got on the Lashaholic, I think they're called Instagram lashes. It just says luxury lashes, but I think this is the Instagram ones. I love these lashes. They are so comfortable to wear. They are easy to apply, and I am like a new lash addict, so easiness to apply is important to me. And yeah, they look, I don't want to say they look natural. They are fluffy is what I would say. So they feel like natural lashes. They're not like thick and plasticky, if you know what I mean, because I don't like those lashes at all. So yeah, this is the final look. I actually think I want to pop a bit of Cube right in the inner corner for this one, just to give a little brightness. So the Subculture palette. All right, guys. I really like it. I am so confused and don't get what the like negative feedback is on this unless they change the formula or something and I got the good formula. I don't know, but I have used now every shade in this palette, and I have not had to do anything special to use this palette. I am in love with all of these colors. I cannot wait to play with this more. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a comparison video with the Division, Reloaded Iconic Division. We'll do swatches, and then I'm going to do a look on each the same look on each eye to see which one comes out better or if they come out looking very similarly. But I'm really glad that I have this palette. I cannot wait to do more looks on this palette. And I just am really enjoying it. I did, you know, build them up a bit and then blend it. And definitely I'm using a fixing spray with the shimmery shades. But I'm really excited to use this cube color on top of a lot of other colors. Let's see what it looks like. This is the one I really want to use it on top of, is Axis. Oh, just like a really pretty purple color you get with that. Wow, that is so pretty. So excited. So anyways, I don't have like a super in-depth review right now because all of these shades are really working well for me, but I will definitely be using this more, and then obviously doing the comparison video, I will have some more information to give you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the looks that I did, and I would love to hear if you have this palette and it has caused you a bunch of trouble, because I just think it's so strange that that was so easy to use, that palette. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up and put your notifications bell on so you get notified when I upload new videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.